Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I am going to be doing the infamous succulent flower pot tumbler that I have seen all over Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and literally everywhere. I keep getting tagged in it, and I have a friend of mine that really wants me to make it for her, so I'm going to try it out. This is a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts. I'll put the link down in the description. And then this is air dry clay. It's not the kind that you put in the oven or anything. So I guess I'm just going to kind of mold out like the lip at the top of the flower pot and then let this sit overnight. There's like 2.5 pounds of this right here. So I'm assuming I won't have to use too much of it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to need for today, and then of course I'll show you the little succulents and the paint and the decals and everything when we get to it. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So first, before I start doing anything, I'm going to prep my tumbler. I'm going to sand it down really good. This is a sanding block I got from Amazon. I'll put the link for that down in the description. Alright, so now that's sanded pretty good. I have never used this stuff before. And I'm in this group on Facebook of people that do like really elaborate 3D tumblers. And I joined it because I would love to learn how to like shape and mold clay and do that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start off small by just using this. Now I'll probably have to go get a Ziploc baggie to put this in because I am just tearing this package completely apart, but it's okay. I'm just going to tear off a small bit of what I'm assuming I'm going to use. I don't really know, but I have a piece of wax paper down here, and I'm just trying to get a feel for it right now. It pretty much feels like Play-Doh, like children's Play-Doh, but it does get all over your hands like you can see here. So I've got the image pulled up here on my phone, and I'm just kind of like looking that over. And it looks like really all I'm going to need to do is get this around the tumbler and kind of square it off a little bit at the ends. So I don't have any like tools or anything. I really don't know what I need for this, and I don't want to watch another tutorial and copy it exactly. I really want to try to make this like my own. So like this is going to be a very like trust the process kind of tumbler. I know they all kind of are, but this one especially, I feel. So I'm just trying to get like the length of this to get it around. And really that's like just about perfect. So I'm just going to try to get it to stay on there for the time being, and then I will shape it more to where it needs to be. So this actually sticks to the tumbler really good. It's not trying to like slide down or anything. It looks pretty good. Like I said, it kind of needs like squared off a little bit. I'm trying to evenly distribute it around so it's not like lumpy in one spot and flat in the other. So now I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to cut and make this even. Or as even as I can all around it. Don't come at me. I know this probably is not the way it's supposed to be done, but it's what I'm doing today. Okay. So this is what I've got so far. Now I'm going to come up top and try to do the same thing up there. Okay, so now I'm going to go through with my fingers and just try to make this nice and smooth instead of all lumpy and bumpy. If you are a beginner like myself when it comes to these kinds of tumblers, this is working. This air dry clay that I got was the least expensive one I could find on Amazon. And I did not buy any kind of shaping tools or anything. Of course, unless this one turns out fantastic, this is not the one that I'll be giving to my customer. This is more of like the practice one. And if it doesn't turn out great, I mean, I love succulents too, so I'll keep it. I'm getting a little more comfortable with it. I'm trying not to treat it like glass. So I'm using my entire hand and just going through and trying to smooth everything out. So I'll probably have to go through, especially on the top with my X-Acto knife again, to get everything smoothed out and flat up there, because I just want to make sure that the lid can go on without any anything getting in the way, any obstructions. Okay, so as of right now, I think I'm going to keep it at this. I'm going to let it dry, just sit out and dry for 24 hours. And come back tomorrow, and then I'll see how it feels, if it's ready for spray paint and epoxy. I'll probably do one coat of epoxy first just to get this good and smooth before I put any paint on there. So, we'll come back tomorrow and see. Okay, so it's been like roughly 24 hours. This is rock hard now, so it is, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. So now I'm going to epoxy over this. Probably just do one coat and then come back tomorrow and spray paint it. I just want all of this to be super smooth before I spray paint it. And I did try, I took the lid that I'm going to use and I put it down on there. I did a water test as well, and it's perfect. So, all we have to do now is epoxy, come back tomorrow and do the rest. Okay, so now it's the next day and this is all nice and smooth. I mean, other than like, you know, a lump which is supposed to be there, but everything is smooth. And so now I'm going to spray paint it and then epoxy directly over that. So I am using Warm Caramel from Rust-Oleum. Spray paint the entire thing. And I'm also going to run you guys through how I'm going to do the topper on the lid. I'm going to make this one removable just because I feel like it's very delicate. It's very different. So I'm going to make this one removable. I found these artificial succulents at the Dollar Tree, so they were only $1. And originally they came in like this cutest little, like they really like that tall altogether. Cutest little flower pot, so adorable. But the inside of the flower pot was just like a piece of foam, so these came out, they popped right out super easy. And these are pretty big, so I mean on the lid, like that's what it's going to be, just the one. But like I said, I do want this one to be removable, so I have just like a stack of car coasters that I just made with some extra resin that I had. Some of them don't even have matches, but this is one that I had that I made last winter, and I put these magnets on the bottom. These are the magnets right here. I'll make sure to put a link in the description. Whoa. They are very strong, and I got them from Amazon. They are itty bitty teeny tiny, and I used my liquid fusion to apply the magnets to this side because, you know, with the snowflake I'm going to have this side face down. But it really doesn't take the liquid fusion very long to harden up enough to where I can probably go ahead and dab some glue on the lid here as well. Put this down and let the magnets fuse to this too. So right now, I don't know if you can tell, it's really hard, but there are 2 magnets, like one stacked on top of the other. One of the magnets is glued down, the other ones are just stuck to the top. So then whenever I put a dab of glue on the magnets that are on the top, put them down on here, let them sit, then the top magnets are going to be glued to this, the bottom magnets will be glued to this so they can come apart. Really hope that makes sense. I will show you guys as I'm doing that, of course. And then all I'm going to have to do is get the succulent on top of the car coaster, and it can all sit like so, and this can be removed so the lid can be washed. Okay, look how cool this looks now though. Like, I think it looks like a legit little flower pot. That is super cool. So, this ended up working. The magnets, after they set for, I'd say 24 hours. They were probably cured before that, but it took me until now to get out here. And I did end up just putting this on with a big old glob of hot glue, because I'm not going to really worry about this being like washed or submerged in water or anything. So it can be removed and it just pops right on. And just look how cool! I love it. So now the last thing to do is to add the decal, and I found this on Etsy, so I'll make sure to put the link in the description for that. But it says "Not Today, Sucka," and it is mirrored, so I can put it face down and slide it off that way. So that is the last thing to do other than epoxy. So let's go ahead and get this decal put on. Alright, so now all you gotta do is just line this up, pop it on, and it is done! Look how cool! I cannot wait to show my friend. She's gonna love this so much. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show her. So the only thing left to do is to add a coat of epoxy over this water slide decal, and it will be done. I don't have to do anything to this topper because it is completely removable. So that's it. Before I go, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "You make a life out of what you have, not what you're missing." That was said by Kate Morton. That's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I know I love this. I love succulents myself, so I'm probably going to have to make me another one of these. And I'm going to try to get some of these made up and have them on my shop as well. If you haven't checked out my website, it's CourtneysCustomsCo.com. I have a lot of t-shirts on there right now for 20% off, which would make them around like 12 or 13 bucks. So head on over and check that out. I'll put the link down in my description. If y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to ask me. Don't forget to subscribe, be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!